Have you ever dreamed of setting foot in the land of the legendary pharaohs, where the pyramids stand the test of time? Egypt, the name evokes images of golden sand dunes, the legendary Nile River, and mysterious ancient civilizations. But few people know that, besides the thousand-year-old relics, Egypt is also a paradise for those who love the blue sea, golden sunshine, and the most vibrant cities in Africa. Whether you are an archaeologist, an adventurer, or simply want to relax amidst the majestic scenery, Egypt has a story for you. Subscribe to the channel to explore 12 beautiful destinations in Egypt with me. Comment below to share where you want to set foot the most. Let's start the journey. Starting your journey to explore Egypt, there is northwest better place to start your adventure than the greatest symbol of ancient civilization, the Giza pyramids and the Sphinx. This is not only the pride of the Egyptians, but also the only ancient wonder of the world that still exists, after thousands of years of ups and downs of human history. Standing tall on the edge of the Sahara Desert, the three great pyramids of Giza, Khufu, Khafre and Menkaure, are still a mystery to modern scientists about how they were built. The stone blocks weighing tens of tons are stacked perfectly on top of each other without the help of modern machinery, challenging all imaginations. You can ride a camel across the sand dunes, feel the heat of the desert on your face, and then stand still before the majesty of the giant stone walls. The sunset, when the last rays of the day dye the stone surfaces golden, creates a magical scene like being lost in an ancient dream. If you are brave enough, try stepping inside the pyramid, through the narrow, dark corridors leading to the mysterious burial chamber deep underground, where each pharaoh rests amidst the whispers of thousands of years of history. Right in front, the Sphinx, a creature with the body of a lion and the head of a human, is like an immortal sentinel, standing there for thousands of years, silently watching the horizon. Behind that gaze are countless thrilling legends that have yet to be solved. Is it protecting the pharaoh's tomb? Or is it the door leading to a secret treasure buried underground? Whatever the answer, the pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx are the destinations that anyone who sets foot in Egypt cannot miss, where you will feel most clearly the smallness of humans before the eternal wonders created by our ancestors. This is the opening chapter of the journey to discover a mysterious and majestic Egypt. After being overwhelmed by the majesty of the Giza pyramids, we continue our journey to the vibrant heart of Egypt, the capital Cairo. This is where the glorious past and modern life intersect, where every street echoes the breath of civilizations that have changed the world. The first destination not to be missed when coming to Cairo is the Egyptian Museum, which preserves tens of thousands of precious artifacts from ancient Egypt. Among them, the most prominent is the treasure of Pharaoh Tutankhamun with the famous solid gold mask, an immortal symbol of power and mystery. Stepping in here, you will feel like you are lost in another world, where each item, each statue tells you a part of the story that has been sleeping for thousands of years under the desert sand. The ancient mummies lie silently behind protective glass, their lifeless eyes still holding some distant memories of glorious dynasties. Not stopping there, Cairo's old Islamic quarter will take you into a maze of alleys, domes, minarets, and beautiful Islamic architecture. The call to prayer echoes from the mosques, the scent of spices permeates the air, and the intricately carved wooden doors create a vibrant cultural picture. This is the ideal place to feel the daily life of the locals, where reality and memories intertwine with every breath. And if you want to bring back a piece of Egyptian memory, Khan el-Khalili Bazaar is a paradise for shopaholics. Handicrafts, jewelry, oriental spices, Arabic-style magic lamps, or even hand-carved paintings, all are waiting for you to explore and bargain in the bustling and colorful atmosphere. Cairo is the living soul of Egypt, where stories from ancient times to the present are kept, where every corner holds a surprise for travelers who dare to step deeper into this mysterious world. Leaving the hustle and bustle of Cairo, the next journey takes us back to the south, to Luxor, the city of the pharaohs. If Cairo is the modern heart of Egypt, then Luxor is the world's largest open-air museum, preserving the most glorious memories of the ancient kings. The first highlight of Luxor is the Valley of the Kings, where more than 60 Egyptian pharaohs were buried, the most famous of which is the tomb of Tutankhamun. Under the barren mountains are long winding corridors, leading to burial chambers decorated with vivid murals, telling the story of the pharaoh's soul's journey to the afterlife. The brilliant colors and mysterious symbols preserved for thousands of years seem to defy time, making anyone who sets foot here feel overwhelmed. Every step you take here is like stepping on layers of time, walking between the world of humans and gods. Not far away is Karnak Temple, one of the most massive temple complexes ever built by humans. The towering columns, giant monuments, and ancient inscriptions make anyone look up in awe at the greatness of ancient Egyptian civilization. In particular, Luxor Temple is located right on the banks of the Nile River, shimmering in the lights at night, adding to the mystery of the entire city. When night falls, the stone walls engraved with hieroglyphs seem to tell stories, whispering about a golden age long gone. And don't forget to experience a cruise on the Nile at sunset. When the late afternoon sunlight dyes the water surface golden, the ancient temples are quietly reflected in the river, creating the most poetic and mysterious scene in Egypt. Luxor is where the past and present intersect, where history is not in books but exists before your eyes, vivid and enchanting. As the journey continues along the Nile, we will arrive at Aswan, a peaceful pearl in the south of Egypt. In contrast to the hustle and bustle of Cairo, or the ancient splendor of Luxor, Aswan possesses a quiet, relaxing beauty, like a gentle melody in the majestic symphony of Egyptian civilization. One of the most prominent destinations here is Philae Island, home to the Temple of Isis, one of the most sacred and charming temples in ancient Egypt. What is special is that this temple is located in the middle of the river, only accessible by boat, creating the feeling of being lost in a mythical world. The sophisticated architecture, elaborately carved stone pillars, and mythical stories about Isis further enhance the attraction of this place. In particular, in the evening, the light and sound show on Philae Island will take visitors back in history, reliving legendary stories that have existed for thousands of years. Not far away, the Aswan Dam, a massive modern construction, is a testament to the Egyptians' ability to conquer nature today. This project not only helps control floods, but also provides electricity and water for millions of Egyptians. In particular, if you want to experience another aspect of Egyptian culture, you must visit the Nubian village. With colorful houses, unique customs, and hospitable smiles, the Nubians will bring you a culturally rich discovery. Aswan is the ideal stopover to feel the peaceful, gentle, yet mysterious beauty of ancient Egypt. If you think the wonders of Egypt stop at the pyramids or the temples in Luxor, Abu Simbel will change your mind. This is one of the greatest masterpieces that humans have ever created in the heart of the harsh desert. Located isolated near the southern border of Egypt, Abu Simbel stands majestically with four giant statues of Pharaoh Ramses II, each more than 20 meters high, carved straight into the sandstone cliff. Just standing at the foot of these statues, you will clearly feel the power and ambition to dominate of the most powerful pharaoh in ancient Egyptian history. This is not only a work to honor the gods, but also an arrogant declaration sent to the world at that time. However, the most magical thing about Abu Simbel is not its massive size, but the phenomenon of the sun shining directly into the temple inside on the two most special days of the year, the birthday and coronation day of Ramses II. In that rare moment, light penetrated the tens of meters long corridor, shining directly on the statues of Ammonius, Ra, and Pharaoh, while the dark god Ptah remained forever in darkness. A perfect arrangement of architectural design and astronomical knowledge that the entire modern world must bow down in admiration. Abu Simbel is more than just a temple, it is a testament to the wisdom, power, and eternal pride of Egyptian civilization. Leaving the windy desert land, the journey takes us to a very different Egypt, the city of Alexandria, which carries the gentle breath of the Mediterranean. This is the bridge between ancient Egyptian civilization and the modern wind of the West, a destination that makes anyone feel like they are entering a different chapter in the Book of Egypt. The most prominent symbol of the city is the new Alexandria Library, the pride of the whole country. This building is not only a library but also a center of culture, art and science, continuing the dream of the legendary Alexandria Library in history, the place that once stored the knowledge of all mankind. With its giant tilted disc architecture, surrounded by thousands of ancient characters engraved on the walls, this library is the perfect blend of tradition and future. Not far away is the Cape Bay Fortress, located majestically on the coast. This is where the Pharaohs lighthouse was once located, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Although the lighthouse is no longer there, the Cape Bay Fortress still retains its ancient beauty and is a silent witness to the glorious history of this port city. And of course, a leisurely stroll along the blue coast of Alexandria will make you feel the gentle, peaceful pace of life, completely different from the desert atmosphere in the rest of Egypt. Alexandria is the breath of the Mediterranean in the heart of Egypt, where history and modernity meet on every wave. If the pyramids of Giza are the most brilliant symbol of ancient Egyptian civilization, then Saqqara is the place where it all began. Located not far from the capital Cairo, Saqqara is the birthplace of the first pyramid in human history, the step pyramid of Pharaoh Djoser. This is a turning point in construction techniques, from simple mastaba tombs to a revolutionary architectural complex. Designed by the genius architect Imhotep, the Saqqara step pyramid not only means the resting place of the pharaohs, but also represents the aspiration to touch the sky, expressing the supreme power and the concept of eternity of the ancient Egyptians. From afar, the giant stone steps stacked on top of each other look like ladders leading straight to heaven, opening a new chapter in the history of world architecture. The special thing about Saqqara is that it is not as crowded and bustling as Giza. Southwest, this place becomes a paradise for those who love to explore ancient secrets in a quiet space. Every path, every carved wall here bears the traces of time, suggesting an Egypt with many untold stories. Saqqara is not only the predecessor of the Great Pyramids that came after, but also the starting point for a wonderful chapter of history about the rise of humans with the dream of conquering eternity. Anyone who loves archaeology and origin stories certainly cannot miss this place. Escaping the ancient beauty of the pyramids or ancient temples, Egypt also has a completely different world, colorful and vibrant under the ocean, that is the Red Sea. Not only attracting by the majestic desert landscape, Egypt also owns the world's leading resort and diving paradise, where you can immerse yourself in the beautiful turquoise water, enjoy the harmonious combination of wild nature and modern services. When mentioning the Red Sea, we cannot ignore the 2 most famous places, Sharm el-Sheikh and Hurghada. These are international-class beach resorts, with long stretches of fine white sand, bright yellow sunshine, and high-class resort services, suitable for both adventurous tourists and those looking for moments of absolute relaxation. Not only is it a destination for luxurious vacations, this place is also a meeting place for tourists around the world who share a passion for the sea. But what makes the Red Sea a dream destination is its rich, colorful coral ecosystem, along with thousands of rare marine species. The vibrant coral reefs under the clear water will captivate anyone who tries diving even once. You don't need to be a professional diver, just with a mask and snorkel, you can explore a magical world right under your feet. Schools of sparkling tropical fish, coral reefs of all colors pink, purple, blue stretching out in the middle of the ocean create a magical picture that seems like it only exists in movies. Especially for those who are passionate about adventure, a diving trip to explore the wreck of the SS Thistlegorm, a weapons ship sunk during World War II, will bring an unforgettable experience. Both mysterious and majestic, this place is a paradise for those who want to immerse themselves in the enchanting underwater space, where every breath, every look is an exciting adventure into the ocean. And when you think Egypt is all about golden sand, the Nile River or the Great Pyramids, the Siwa Oasis will open a completely different chapter, wild, mysterious, and full of charm. Deep in the heart of the western desert of Egypt, near the Libyan border, Siwa is a green gem in the middle of a vast sea of sand, a separate world, and almost outside the rhythm of modern life. Contrary to the image of a dry desert, Siwa appears as a lush green oasis, where date palms grow into forests, green olive groves are shady, and small dirt roads lead to a completely different Egypt. One of the most magical things in Siwa is the beautiful salt lakes, with calm, clear water reflecting the blue sky like a mirror. The feeling of floating on the salty water, gently drifting in the void, is a unique experience that cannot be found anywhere else. In addition, the natural hot springs also bring visitors moments of relaxation amidst the majestic and strangely peaceful natural scenery. After hours of wandering in the desert sun and wind, soaking in the warm water of Cleopatra Spring is the sweet gift that Siwa offers. Not only beautiful in nature, Siwa also contains legendary stories associated with Alexander the Great. It was at the Ammonius Temple in Siwa that this great emperor once came to ask for a prophecy, affirming himself as the son of the gods, thereby starting his immortal conquests in history. And perhaps, what makes Siwa unique lies in the traditional Berber culture. The clay villages, simple lifestyle, colorful costumes, along with traditional customs have been carefully preserved over the centuries. Siwa Oasis is Egypt in another dimension, a place where wild nature, legendary history, and intact cultural identity blend. If you are looking for an adventurous and spiritual experience during your Egypt trip, Mount Sinai is a must-see stop. This is not just an ordinary mountain, but also a place associated with the legend of Moses and the Ten Commandments, a sacred place in all major religions. For Jews, Christians, and Muslims, Sinai is a sacred symbol of the encounter between humans and the Supreme Being, where the law is passed down to guide humanity. The journey to climb Mount Sinai at night to catch the sunrise on the top of the mountain is the most attractive challenge for visitors. In the dim light of flashlights, each step across the winding stone path, quietly in the starry night sky, you will feel the mystery and sacredness enveloping the space. The cold air of the wild mountain night, the rustling wind mixed with the sound of footsteps, all create an emotional experience. And when the first rays of the sun rise, the entire Sinai Valley appears majestic and radiant, bringing an indescribable feeling of overwhelming joy. Right at the foot of the mountain is St. Catherine's Monastery, one of the oldest monasteries in the world still in operation today. Built in the 6th century, the monastery is home to priceless ancient manuscripts and one of the oldest collections of holy images in the world. Notably, the legendary burning bush, where Moses is said to have received God's invitation, is also located on the monastery grounds. Mount Sinai and St. Catherine's Monastery are not only destinations for religious believers, but also a spiritual journey, a test of will, and enjoying one of the most majestic landscapes in Egypt. When the last footprints close on the golden sand of Egypt, we can truly feel this journey is not just a trip, but a trip back in time, touching every pulse of history and legend. Egypt, the name associated with the pyramids and the Nile, turns out to be much larger than anyone's imagination. Not only are the stone walls telling stories thousands of years old, this place also has blue seas, deserts, ancient cities, and stories that never get old. Each land in Egypt is like a chapter of an ancient book, and you are the one who continues that story with your own experiences. The journey to Egypt ends, but the emotions are still intact in the hearts of every traveler. So which destination will you choose for your own trip? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to explore many new lands, and comment and share your feelings below.